God has been good to me. And the greatest gift, the greatest honor that I have in my life is that I'm Yasmeen's father.
Since we were just kids, watching the movie Bride Wars every chance we got. Yet, as I sat down to write, I realized how impossible it would be to put our friendship into words.
And when Austin and Yasmeen started dating, I'm a little older than Austin, if you can't tell by all the gray hair I have compared to him. We weren't, we were so far age gap, we really didn't get really close till these two started dating. So I've kind of been there, every step of the way, and they were in this honeymoon phase.
That was more like a belly flop.
When Yasmeen said I would be speaking at her wedding, I was so honored. I finally have the chance to tell these embarrassing, funny stories that I've collected for over 12 years. I am very prepared to do that today.
Gathered here today to celebrate the love between the two people standing here before us, Yasmeen and Austin.
When I realized, oh crap, they're like the same age, you know what I mean? Austin was in a somewhat vulnerable position where he would come over to my house and he would help me do housework when Helga and I, first bought this property. And I always wondered what was going on, why he always wanted to come over and help us. And Yasmeen also wanted to always come over and be a part of this situation. And I thought, well, maybe they have eyes for each other, And we had to push. They were so nervous at first, but it just slowly built over time. And I was like, this is it. I couldn't think of two more perfect people to be together.
Now, Yasmeen and Austin, you have come here today to declare your love and commitment to one another. It is time to bind your lives together as one. Austin, do you promise to cherish Yasmeen as your lawfully wedded wife, to protect her, care for her, and stand beside her in sickness and in health for all of the days of your life? Yasmeen, do you promise to cherish Austin as your lawfully wedded husband, to protect him, care for him, and stand beside him in sickness and in health for all the days of your life?
Well, like I said, I'm calling, and there was a bit of some trouble trying to figure out who's going to be the best man today. Austin first asked, his smartest friend. He said no. So he said, well, I guess I'll go on and ask my strongest friend. He said no, unfortunately. So he said, well, I guess I'll ask my most handsome friend. He said no. So he said, all right, I'll ask my funniest friend. And I looked at him and I said, Austin, I've already told you no 3 times.
So back in 2019, I think it was 2019, when I became aware that there was somebody called Austin in my daughter's life. What do you think my first initial reaction was? Yasmeen, do you remember that? Yeah, you remember because you went and told Austin. I said, when I meet this guy, I'm going to break his legs. Both of them, stand up. I didn't realize he was a giant back then.
May you continue to support each other and build a home of peace, grace, and warmth. Austin, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you, for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Woods.